Blessings, Namaste, this is Shakti. So we are finding ourselves at the brink of the full moon, which is a significant occurrence for the Tantrikas. Just like the new moon, which we met about a couple weeks ago. So the full moon, or Poornam in Sanskrit, in the Tantric language, means the culmination of the happenings that started at Amavasya, at the new moon. Remember, new moon is when the dark moon stands right across the bright sun. And there's a sexual polarity causing those two to merge. The solar energy, the solar consciousness is being absorbed inside the dark womb of the new moon. But it's just the beginning of the union. What happens since the union is that the sun or the solar energy is penetrating. He's penetrating inside the lunar darkness, illuminating her body from within. And we see that by seeing the moon on the sky appearing a little bigger and bigger each day as he's shining more into her, reaching towards the heart. And by the 16th day or so of the cycle, he reaches her heart and illuminates her completely. So the full luna, as we see on the sky, is the feminine having received the maximum amount of the masculine energy to be fully complete and illuminated. She's the divine mother, she's that enlightened goddess who has the power of the feminine and who has taken in the power of the masculine and transmuted it into a little different frequency. We know that the solar light is hot and burning, and the lunar light is bright, but it's soft and it's radiant. It illuminates the spirit. So that's what happens at the full moon. And not just in the sky, but in us also. We are lunar and solar beings. We have those energies not only within, but we also get affected by the moon very much. Our watery bodies have the tides that come in and going. So we have this beautiful opportunity to experience that illumination, that reaching the apex of receiving the masculine light and radiate it into the world as the feminine. And of course for us women it's straightforward, but that can happen in any gender. In the man there is also masculine and feminine. So we have this beautiful opening to the spirit. And we know that when we come outside at the night of the full moon, everything is magical. We can see the spirits of the plants, the spirits of the trees. We can see the unseen. So I'm inviting you to experience this if you have not. I suspect you have, because full moon is a beautiful time to go out. And I'd like to offer you also a practice that you can bring into this time. There's also something, another wonderful thing that's happening, which is actually lunar eclipse, which complicates it just a little more or intensifies it. The lunar eclipse happens when the earth shadow falls onto the lunar surface. Now, in a tantric eyes, the lunar represents the intuitive feminine and the lunar energy, or lunar moon itself. The earth also represents feminine. She represents more of that instinctual, the deeper, darker feminine. So when the earth shadow falls onto the moon, it's about unconscious and subconscious energies coming into the surface. So we have the union of that refined masculine into feminine consciousness that's coming out, and the underworld energies, the unconscious and subconscious material. So it's very, very interesting. How is it going to be playing out? I've been already feeling very strange for the last few days. I cannot recognize myself in a mirror. I feel I'm looking strange and I'm feeling strange. These energies are just really intensifying. Perhaps you're feeling it too. So I'm getting really excited. Tomorrow is the event, and tomorrow, that is Tuesday. I'm doing this video on Monday. So if you have a chance to tune into those energies to find out the exact time of the lunar eclipse and tuning into that, perhaps with the practice which I'm bringing you tonight, which is another sacred moment, I will be excited to hear from you about your experience. So let's come to the practice. If you feel yourself tense, if you need to a little bit of loosen up, you can pause this video now and do a couple minutes of shaking, and then can continue. If you feel good in your body, we can just keep going. So close your eyes, take a deep breath, and just find yourself rooted to the earth, that substantial, heavy, instinctual, feminine, the one that holds life. And you can just do it some little gentle circles with your hips, one way and another one, just to loosen the pelvis, to ground the pelvis. Having the hands with the palms facing upwards, resting on the knees. And if that's comfortable for you, you can bring the heel against the perineum for man, against the yoni, against the clitoris if you're a woman, and just bring a little bit of pressure in that area and begin to connect to the root. So for the male, that's about 1 inch into the perineum. For female, it would be inside the yoni, the back vaginal wall or the cervix, and just bring some gentle contractions. At the same time, feel yourself sending the taproot deep into the earth to ground yourself. The grounding is really important, so you can remain in the body while you're reaching up to the sky. Good. And allow that breath to flow nice and slow and natural, not forcing anything, just being aware of the inhale and the exhale. Relax inside your body, feel everything soft, relaxed and open. You're opening yourself to higher energies. Having the palms open on your knees, rest your consciousness in your hands while you're connected to the root at the same time. It might stir you into gentle undulation. Again, if it happens, wonderful. If it not, that's okay too. And just focus the awareness in the hands. Notice that left hand, that feminine, receptive energy, versus the right hand, the masculine, projective energy. We're gonna feel the hands while we connect it to the root, and we're gonna start gently lifting the palms of the hands off the knees. You can keep your eyes closed or nearly closed, sensing the energy in the hands, the left, the feminine, lunar, the Ida channeling the body, the masculine, the solar, the Pingala. And then slowly, slowly lifting up. The palms are open as two lotuses, blossoming, rising to the surface from the muddy pond. Staying connected to the root, become aware of that expansion growing in your body. Lifting the hands to the sky ever so slowly. And if your body is stirred into movement during this time, let it be. As the energy grows in potency, your body might be undulating with the wave of the feminine. Just let that be. Let that orgasmic energy flow. Express herself through your body. It can also manifest as deep stillness of the masculine. As the hands come to the apex of extension, they will start palms turning towards one another, like two lovers traveling towards one another from the opposite ends of the universe, representing the moon being penetrated by the sun, the dark womb of the moon and the bright light of the sun, the masculine and feminine merging together. You can slow down before the fingertips touch. When they do touch, just feel that spark, feel that sensation, feel that light years passing before they come together. The density that's growing in potency. And as they come into union, start ever so slowly lowering your hands down. And as you're doing so, you can have the eyes just barely open. Barely open. The hands are coming into a little frame. Let they frame your third eye. If you were to do this with the moon, let them frame the moon in front of you. And then slowly closing. The eyes can close again. Feeling the solar light penetrating the luna deeper and deeper and deeper until her complete radiance, the complete embodiment of the Divine Mother. And the hands come completely together, merging in the completion, penetrating the heart, coming to the heart. You're resting in this union at your heart. Feel yourself as that luna, radiating that transformed masculine bright light into feminine, gentle, mystical radiance. Feel that mystical bluish glow around you. Feel the intuitive mind waking up, under which all the treasures being revealed. Perhaps information about the purpose in your life, the next steps, deeper understanding, healing, and so on. Or simply being one with all creation, beautiful and radiant being. Rest in that space for a few moments. Feel the tide of your watery body coming into culmination, bringing up all the best in you. And if you do this with the eclipse, you can also let all that subconscious material to be illuminated. All the darkness that you hold to be illuminated, coming to the surface, being witnessed, being transformed, released, growing into something beautiful. Stay for a few more breaths. And as you exhale, open your eyes. Namaste. So I invite you to do this little meditation, this sacred moment coming from the sacred flow sequence with the Luna, with the full moon, which is really beautiful. You can frame the Luna with your hands and bringing that accent, energy, experience into the lunar eclipse. If you want this practice to be more powerful, you can actively contract and relax the root, the perineum or the yoni. If that doesn't cause too much mind thinking, if that kind of can happen automatically and naturally. And if you'd like to go a little deeper, if you have a partner, I will be doing a live ritual the day after on Wednesday, which will be a very beautiful, very intimate, and we're gonna go a little deeper into the mystical qualities of the full moon. So if you're interested, let me know through the link or the information below, and I will be excited to meet with you in a very special sacred space. Have a blessed full moon, blessed lunar eclipse. Namaste.